Hey everyone, today we're going to be installing the Whiteline pitch stop inserts, also known as the dog bone for obvious reasons. It's located under the intercooler, so we're going to show you how to remove that and hopefully not need a press to get those in. You will want to skip over this part if you have a front mount intercooler. You're probably going to be able to get to the dog bone just by removing one of the charge pipes. In my case, I'm going to need an 8, 10, and a 12 millimeter. I'm going to start by taking the negative terminal off the battery. Mishimoto silicone intercooler coupler kits came with these awesome T-clamps. They're 10 millimeter. I went with the straight worm drives here, and those are 8 millimeters, holding the throttle body to the intercooler. Next, we have two 12 millimeters holding the bypass valve on. Make sure you get the gasket in between the bypass valve and the intercooler. There's two 12 millimeters that hold the intercooler to its mounts on either side of the intercooler. I have the SPT heat shield that's very easy to remove. Sometimes removing the crankcase breather hoses from the line in front of the intercooler is not fun. A 10 millimeter, specially ratcheting, will help you get that line off of the front of the intercooler. Now you can go ahead and remove the intercooler from the car. You want to pull up and out and to the right to make sure that the intercooler coupler comes off the turbo. You want to take note of how much oil is on the inside of the intercooler and the inside of the turbo coupler. Any excessive amount of oil that's in there could mean that you have a blow-by issue or piston ring issue. There are two 14 millimeter bolts and one 14 millimeter nut by the engine side holding that pitch stop in. Take note that the nut is on the left side when you're facing the engine and the bolt is on the right side. Take a 10 millimeter and loosen up the ground wire so the ground wire can be pushed aside, allowing the 14 millimeter bolt to be extracted. The firewall side is a bolt only. There's no nut. It's threaded on the other side. Now you can remove the pitch stop, noting that the larger end goes towards the firewall. I don't think it can be put in backward. Without having a press, I guess your easiest way to do this is a vise. Now, what we're trying to do is we're trying to get this metal piece out. My 11 millimeter deep socket is the perfect diameter. After a little WD-40, 2 or 3 hits removed that centerpiece. The stock insert was soft enough to be removed with a pair of needle nose pliers. On the Whiteline insert, there are two sides to it. One side isn't rounded, and one side is. The rounded edge is the one you want to insert into the mount first. I used a very dull flat blade screwdriver to carefully lift the lip up. It can be done without a press if you're gentle enough. Thankfully, the larger side just has inserts. You can see the 4 holes there, and the 4 tabs line up on the inside. Push them down all the way in, and it's as simple as that. You can't get any easier than this. For reinstallation, I suggest the firewall side first with a little WD-40. Just get this top one in and line it up here, and then you can just tighten this up a little bit. Remember, this little insert goes into the smaller end here. Torque goes as follows. The firewall side is 43 foot-pounds. The transmission or motor side is 37 foot-pounds. Realign and tighten the electrical ground. Reinstall the top mount intercooler, being sure not to over-tighten the bypass valve bolts. But remember, this isn't a full billet aluminum piece with polyurethane bushings. That's going to be ultra aggressive. And if you do that, I suggest you do the other 2 motor mounts that sit on the sides of the engine as well. Just remember that your other motor mounts are going to be working twice as hard if you stiffen up the pitch mount.